Okay, so I'm re-uploading this video because I had to delete it yesterday because it was edited horribly, so I had to redo it. And so I just wanted to explain that. And the purpose of the video is just for you to kind of look at things in a different perspective. I don't know. It's just, I just look at the background of things and not the surface. And I guess I see things that other people don't, or they ignore, and I just don't ignore the shit. I call it out. So I'm not gonna say any names, none of that. Most of you guys are very smart or intelligent, I should hope. So I mean, y'all will get it.
The succubi are demons that assume the shape of seductive female creatures, famous for invading men's dreams. These beings have their roots in Jewish mythology and medieval folklore. In some of these legends, Lilith, the woman who was purportedly Adam's first wife, even before Eve, became a demon, the first succubus and the queen of these beings. The succubi are generally depicted as winged women of immense beauty, but the horns present on their foreheads clearly indicates their demonic nature. These voluptuous creatures feed on the sexual energy of their victims. The main intent of a succubus is to invade a man's dream. After that, she attempts to seduce her target. Succubi have immense power of seduction, making them irresistible creatures for an ordinary man. The creature has carnal intercourse with men during their dreams. While these men find delight in their lustful dreams, the succubi drain their vital energies. When a man presented symptoms such as impotence or lack of desire, he could be diagnosed as a likely victim of a succubus. Casting out these demons was an easy task. They perpetrated their actions while their victims were asleep and vulnerable. The succubi had the power to become their victim's object of greatest desire, and that would explain why they were so irresistible. But these demons don't just attack men, they can also assume a male shape. When they do it, the beings are referred to as incubi. They have a role equivalent to the succubi, but their intent is to interfere with the dreams of women. According to some legends, the succubi would attract sperm from their victims, and then, already as incubi, the demons would impregnate women in their dreams. The children of this wicked union were normally born with some kind of deformity, prone to be influenced by demonic beings. So, when there were rumors that an incubi child had been born, the child was immediately rejected, deemed as cursed from the beginning. According to some versions of Arthurian legends, the Merlin wizard was the fruit of a woman-incubus union. That is why he is often called the son of the devil. To free someone from the influence of a succubus, sometimes it was necessary to conduct an exorcism to expel the devil. Since incubi and succubi are creatures capable of extracting the vital energy from their victims, they are often regarded as vampire creatures. After all, like these demons, vampires tend also to use seduction-based tricks to attract their victims and drain their vital energy while drinking their blood. The figure of the succubus is still found in pop culture, including films, series, and comics. Even over the centuries, some still believe that these demons are out there, invading the dreams of their victims.
Narcissism is very contagious. Especially when you've been around a particular person who has deemed themselves a narcissist and you see it for yourself, and anyone that stays in their presence for a certain amount of time, long periods of time, become that person. They take on those narcissistic traits. Now, I've been getting a lot of messages about a particular person, they feel they're currently doing too much. This person is currently doing too much. And it's very evident that emotional manipulation is being used, just like Elijah uses emotional manipulation on the members of his cult. Three's pride, his concubines are all doing the same thing, emotional manipulation with these lies that they're doing. They're full of shit. They're lying, and they're portraying a life that they don't live. It's all fake, and it's all to gain empathy and sympathy and support from ignorant people. And when other people do the same thing, but in different ways, you have to understand there's a lot of different ways to emotionally manipulate someone to get them to do what you want them to do. They can become the victim, the repetitive victim. They can become the abuser. They can become all of it in one, and use very convincing tactics to make them look as if they're innocent, or they're not doing anything wrong, or they're being bullied, or they're being victimized, or anything, okay? Going online in a low mental state and you haven't received, or you haven't told or admitted that you're seeking professional help from all the traumatic, horrible things that you've experienced and witnessed, but you go online in front of thousands of people and cry numerous times for whatever reason, whatever the reason may be. Something may be heavy on your heart, or you just may be manipulating people. Some of these people have admitted out loud to being narcissistic. They've said it. These people have said, I want to be with people of status and clout. I deserve that. I don't understand how a person can be a villain one day and be a victim the next. Not that type of victim that I'm talking about, what Elijah did, but a victim in every other sense of the word. I guess it's triggering people because they remember all the things that was done while being in the presence of this particular cult leader. They remember all the things that was said when this particular person was not with this cult leader. And then those promises were broken, and this particular person went back to this cult leader and left. And every single time, these are things that's being brought to my attention. And I'm not going to say any names because I'm tired of being, threatened to be sued or anything. So I'm not going to say any names. But if you're intelligent, just put together the context clues. Okay? If you're intelligent, you should know where I'm going with this. You put yourself in a very toxic situation. You get out and you want to promote businesses. But if you get your way, then you go back to this situation and those businesses are no longer your concern. But when you're out, they're your concern. If you're really a business-oriented woman, wouldn't your drive to plump up your business be non-stop? Why would it stop because you're in a cult? And then once you get out of it, because something traumatic has happened, now the heartstrings are being pulled. So I'm going to garner that. I'm going to utilize that for support, for sympathy, for empathy. And if anyone says anything discouraging or negative at all, we're bullies. No one can have freedom of thought. No one can have an opinion. No one can say anything without really weird backlash. Everyone does not like me. And I don't expect everyone to like me. That'll never happen. Ever. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. But I'm not going to go on this rampage or tangent or tour talking about I'm being harassed, slandered, and bullied because someone doesn't like the things that I'm doing online and they feel a certain way about it. Especially in this type of situation. This isn't a normal situation. And I really wish that people would take the time and kind of look at it under a different lens and see what's going on. You can support who you want to, but make sure that they're authentic. Make sure that they're real and genuine. Because they've said it before that they were, but the actions did not lead to that statement, did it? It never did. How many times does this Ponzi scheme have to keep happening? Y'all do know that Elijah is still pulling all the strings from behind bars. You do know that, right? If you don't understand the psychology of cults, please educate yourself. This is not a reality show. It's not. It's not funny. It's sad. These are adults, and other adults are coddling them as if they deserve it. All the people that are or were involved in this particular organization have done some grimy, nasty things to each other and other people. That says a lot about their character. So just because they leave, does that make them a different person? Or are they just in a different environment? The person doesn't change, just the surroundings.
you ask. Polygamy is very important when it comes to the Black man and woman foundation, because we're here building our own nation. We're here building our own mind. And so we need more than one woman to build a new mind. We need more than one woman to build a new legacy and a new mind for our people. Because our people's mind is in darkness, living in a Babylon system, in a white supremacy system. Our mind was tarnished and taken from us. It was beaten and raped and pillaged from us. And we were put up against each other. Light-skinned women against dark-skinned women. Young women against older women. We were told to hate each other. We were told to not love each other. We were told to tear each other down, crabs in a barrel. We were told to not like each other, not be there for each other, and to not truly understand that we are one being, that we are reflections of each other, that every woman I see is a reflection of me. This principle of understanding was taken away from us, and we've come back to bring that understanding back to the minds of our people. We're here educating Black women how to be in tune with her sisters, how to love her sister as she is her, how to love thy neighbor as you love thyself, how to have respect for your sister as you have respect for yourself, how to build a nation in the mind of underneath a Black man that's in tune with righteousness, that's in tune with morals and principles, that has come to live in tune with nature, live in tune with the very thing that we are, and the very thing that your whole existence is made out of. We're not here destroying each other. We're not here tearing each other down. We're here to actually bring each other up and lift each other up. Behind every Black man is strong women, strong Black goddesses that's here uplifting their man, lifting their God up, and creating a culture and a mind for our husband. And I know that this is very foreign to you, only something that you see in the East, where we are Eastern women. We have an Eastern mindset. We have an Eastern culture. Because as you see in Babylon, every Black woman is working for the white man. They're either in the post office, they're either at the bank, they're either at the nursing office, the schools. There are all these Black women that are working for the white man's system, working to build their mind and build their system, but putting him back on his pedestal as rightfully so. Yes. Because he is king. He is the mind. He is the ruler. He is the government of our mind, of our being. He take care of us and we take care of him. He always try to make sure what's the next step? Let's play chess. Let's figure this out. I'm gonna make a means for me and my family. I'm gonna make a means for me and my wives. But we're not gonna live in this system. We're not gonna live by the morals. We're not gonna live by the government of this system. We're gonna live by our own government and our own laws and our own principles. Because we're gonna live in tune with nature. We're gonna live with the source. We're gonna be in harmony with the source, understanding that we are all one. And that we are all connected to each other as oneness. Ladies, tell them why you like polygamy.
That was beautiful. Thankful. That was speaking my heart.
Yes, I love what you.
Alrighty, so after watching that ridiculous video of those particular women, I'm mainly going to focus on the queen. That's satire. I'm mainly going to focus on Tanisha. Okay, now 3 things she said in this particular video was righteousness, morals, and principles. Look at this picture. Look at it. She talked about this particular fight in that Tasha Cave interview. She said she was, she's Oshan, and she went up against Oya, and she won. But I know if people have been following Carbonation for a minute and actually saw that when it actually happened, you know that Velvet whooped her ass, right? So this picture does not equate righteousness. It does not equate morals. It does not equate principles. Okay? And what is make show coming from a queen? What is that? Make show. And what is our own lowers? Was she attempting to say laws? Is it a speech impediment? Queen 24 that's not taking care of her son? Righteousness, morals, principles. You abandoned your son and you have a chunk of meat missing from your breast. Morals, principles, righteousness. Y'all are all fools to think that these people are intelligent or knowledgeable. You're not fools. You're just very naive, very gullible, very lost, and I'm scared for you. Let's move on. Okay, so let's take a look at this particular picture, right? These are the wives of the god of the earth plane, right? These are the wives of the god of the earth plane. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things that were mentioned in their propaganda video. She said the black women, okay, are working for the white man. We work at the post office, the banks, the schools, and the nursing offices. Okay. Malia was in the hospital for like 2 months. Okay. Can you see it in this picture? And she was down a little bit. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Okay. So she was in the hospital for like 2 months, but she is talking about people working in the nursing field, and they literally saved your life. Then you talk about people working for schools. You have a son that goes to school. Portia has a 13-year-old son that goes to school. Interesting. Banks. What is Cash App ran through? What's the name of that bank, babe? The Cash App what's PNC? PNC Bank? Is that a bank? And they're always tagging that darn Cash App that's connected to that white man's bank. Okay. And then they talk about the post office, right? But they want you to write letters and send tokens and cards and gifts and money through the motherfucking post office. Make it make motherfucking sense. Please stop entertaining these dusty ass clowns. Make these adults grow the fuck up, walk back into reality, and take ownership of their lives. Stop taking care of adults who are choosing to be in a sex cult. If you want to learn the knowledge, follow the teacher's Nature Boy did. I.e. Sadhguru. 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 Nature Boy graduated from YouTube University. His intelligence, his knowledge was not motherfucking activated in the goddamn tropics because the sun touched his goddamn DNA. He studied and stalked YouTube spiritual leaders. If you don't believe me, I can tag every last one of them in another video. Don't try me. That will back up everything on his stupid 3 God television channel bullshit ass show. It's all lies